Hello and welcome to Matador News. I'm Bryan Ramirez.
And I'm Romy Ginsberg. Today at Cal State Northridge, students have an opportunity to learn about different majors and minors. Various CSUN college departments are set up all around the Matador Square to inform those students with an undeclared major or minor. CSUN students weigh in on how the fair is treating them.
I came here specifically because I was curious about my majoring in biology, but I'm kind of stuck between majors. So I was able to talk to them and maybe get a couple of sheets so that I could further look into it on my own.
I was looking for information to change my major from biology to the human development because I wanted to have a backup in case something goes wrong with whatever I want to do. So that's why I wanted to get information.
The majors fair will go on through the afternoon at the Matador Square.
The Daily Sundial is holding the Best of CSUN poll, which will go through the end of this week. Let's go to the Sundial studio with Melissa for more details.
Thank you, Bryan. I'm here with Maria Hubbard, who is the Senior Sales Representative of the Daily Sundial. This is what the Best of CSUN section of the newspaper looks like. Can you please tell us a little bit more about what it is?
Yeah, so the Best of CSUN is our most popular issue of the school year. It's published once a year on March 27th. And basically it showcases the best restaurants, establishments, and stores in San Fernando Valley near CSUN. And also there's a poll that happens before we publish the paper where the students vote on their favorite stores, favorite restaurants, favorite tattoo parlors, places just around campus that they like to frequent the most. And we also promote other advertisers in the paper as well, not just the people who win the polls.
Okay, great. So I know that anybody who votes on these ballots is eligible to enter a prize giveaway. Can you tell us about what those prizes include?
Yeah, so there's 3 prizes that they can win. The first one is a gift basket to the bookstore, so filled with all these items that students would want to get at the bookstore. And there is also a trip from the Outdoors Adventures through the associated students, and they get to go to Sequoia, which is pretty cool. And then there's also 2 tickets to the Big West tournament. It's this game at the Honda Center in Anaheim.
Great. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We're going to go back to the studio now.
Weather officials are predicting a warming of the Central Pacific Ocean this year. The warming known as El Niño is likely to lead to fewer Atlantic hurricanes. El Niño is also expected to bring more rain to drought-stricken places like California and a milder winter from northern states. While El Niño might lead to positive changes for the U.S., globally it could mean a hotter year with crop losses.
A pregnant Daytona woman plunges her minivan into the ocean with her 3 children inside. Officials say 31-year-old Ebony Wilkerson drove her Honda Odyssey violently along the shoreline before submerging into 4 feet of water.
Tried to take her to the hospital yesterday, and she signed herself out today. She's getting a little bit better, but she's still not all here. So she's trying to drive, and I'm trying to stop her. And she has her kids, so I took her keys.
What is she doing?
She's talking about Jesus and that there's demons in my house, and that I'm trying to control her, but I'm trying to keep them safe.
Lifeguards were able to rescue the children ages 10, 9, and 3 along with Wilkerson. The 3 children were taken into protective custody, and Wilkerson is being investigated.
Oscar Pistorius, South African amputee sprinter, breaks down in court during the 4th day of his murder trial. The 27-year-old has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts against him. Pistorius says the killing of girlfriend Riva Steenkamp was a tragic accident after he mistook her for a home intruder. Pistorius was seen crying and gagging as a witness described the graphic testimony of Steenkamp's injuries. Pistorius also attempted to cover his ears during the testimony. If convicted of premeditated murder, Pistorius would possibly serve a life sentence. The trial is expected to take at least 3 weeks.
Ukraine Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk has rejected a referendum on a Crimea split, calling it an illegitimate decision.
This so-called referendum has no legal grounds at all. That's the reason why we urge Russian government not to support those who claim separatism in Ukraine.
Lawmakers in the Crimean region voted today in favor of leaving the country for Russia and putting it to a vote before residents in 10 days. It's still unknown how easily the region could split off if the referendum endorses the move.
And now, with the latest on business, here's Erin O'Mara.
Staples says it will close 225 stores in North America by the end of 2015 because of falling revenue and a major shift to online sales. Their stock this morning fell 16% to $11.27. Staples CEO Ron Sargent says with nearly half of Staples sales generated online today, they're meeting the changing needs of customers and taking action to reduce costs and improve efficiency. Staples hopes to save about $500 million by closing down 12% of their stores. The company could not elaborate on the number of jobs being cut or the locations of stores being closed. It's a good day for most stocks today. S&P 500 is up 3.02 points, and the Dow is up 62 points. The Nasdaq is down 75.8. Stocks have been rising after the government reported that the number of people filing for unemployment benefits fell last week to the lowest level in 3 months. And now, back to you, Bryan.
And with the latest on health, here's Lorena Mejia.
A baby born in Los Angeles could be the second HIV-positive baby cured of AIDS. Doctors recently announced they might have cured her by applying antiretroviral treatment 4 hours after her birth. The girl was born at Miller Children's Hospital in Long Beach last April and now seems to be AIDS-free. The first baby treated this way is now 3.5 years old and seems HIV-free even though she hasn't had any treatment for about 2 years. The status of the Los Angeles baby is still not clear since she continues to receive AIDS medicines. Los Angeles has become the third major city in the United States to ban e-cigarettes from public spaces. Following New York and Chicago, the use of these devices will be banned from bars, restaurants, parks, and farmers markets. E-cigarettes have been promoted as a safer alternative to tobacco products, but city council members fear they could lure non-smokers into a smoking habit. The Centers for Disease Control have yet to release data on the potential harm of secondhand vapors. CSUN students say the ban should be enforced.
I would agree with the ban. I believe you're on campus and it shouldn't need to come here to smoke. I actually transferred from San Francisco State, which was a no smoking campus, and there wasn't even designated areas to smoke. So I think if you do want to smoke, you can probably just go off campus or do it somewhere else.
LA Council members say if the device turns out to be safe, they will undo the ordinance. And now back to you, Romy.
And now back to Erin with entertainment.
Music streaming service Spotify says it is purchasing the Echo Nest, a data company that has analyzed more than 35 million songs. Spotify wants to improve the way users discover and listen to new music. The purchase will help third-party developers build applications for Spotify. CEO Daniel Ek says Spotify has been a fan of Echo Nest for a long time and is honored to have their talented team join them. The terms of the deal were not disclosed. Shaquille O'Neal is returning to the sports arena, but this time it's digital. O'Neal wants to redeem his failed 1994 video game Shaq Fu with his new project Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. O'Neal is using Indiegogo, a crowdfunding website, to make the video game a reality. People who donate at least $15 will get a copy of the game, while others who donate more can get access to bigger prizes. And now back to you, Bryan.
And now with the latest on sports, here's Lorena.
Los Angeles Marathon is set for this Sunday, March 9th. The marathon, sponsored by Aces Athletics, eclipses 26.2 miles, reaching from Dodger Stadium to Santa Monica. The male winner last year was Eric Mose. The Kenyan runner looks to be the third runner to repeat as champion in consecutive years. The race for women starts at 7:10. The men start at 7:25. The Ukraine beat USA in soccer, giving their small crowd something to cheer about. Fans held up banners saying "One country, one team" in support of the team. Yarmolenko scored the first goal in the 12th minute of the first half. The USA started the second half strong, but Ukraine continued to expose the shaky USA defense and scored their second goal in the 68th minute. Marko Devic scored the goal only 2 minutes after entering the game. Only 1,500 fans attended the game, but the coach of Ukraine says they do it for their supporters. And now to Matador News reporter Aarica Roberson in the newsroom with the latest on graduation.
Graduation is around the corner, and CSUN Student Development Center is gearing up for one of its biggest events of the semester. 2014 Grad Fest will offer students information that should answer any questions that they have about the big day.
Grad Fest is Wednesday and Thursday, March 12th and 13th, and it's going to be your one-stop shop for all your commencement needs. So graduates will be able to go through basically a three-step process. So first, they'll be able to check and make sure that their name is displayed correctly on the list of graduates. Second, they'll be able to pre-order their cap and gown and all the grad packages that the bookstore offers. And third, they'll be able to visit with some vendors that'll be there that day.
This year's Grad Fest will be held in the Matador Bookstore Complex. Now back to you in the newsroom.
CSUN is looking bright and happy after last week's drenching rainstorm. It's back to studying outside as temperatures will be at a warm 70 degrees throughout the day. Prepare for slightly warmer temperatures next week as we spring forward to the next season. So don't forget to set your clocks forward this Sunday.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Bryan Ramirez.
And I'm Romy Ginsberg.